Well, thank you so much for clicking on my video today. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Marjorie. If you're not new here, my name is still Marjorie, and thank you so much for coming back. This is Marjorie Made, a channel where I talk about cross stitch and all the fun happenings going on. It's been 3 or 4 weeks since my last video. I think it was 3 weeks before that for my other video. So life is kind of crazy right now. I'll do more of like a life update towards the end. So if you're just here for the stitching, then we'll get right into that. Today I would like to talk about my boards over here. I've had a couple of people ask me more about those. I'm a very visual person, and so if I have a stack of patterns in a drawer, I may forget I even own them and never get them out. So this is a good way for me to kind of visualize the patterns that I have, the kits I have, the things I need to get, and then my whips, which is the one that's the most full. So those are just cheap dry erase boards I got from Walmart. I think they were like $3 a piece. And as you can probably guess, that's just some scrap yarn I used to hang them on the wall. Each board came with its own dry erase marker and a magnet, so that's on there. I'll insert a picture because it'll probably be easier to see right here what it looks like close up. So the little pattern pieces are just paper. I printed them out and, sorry for the glare. I just printed them out in a Word document, copied and pasted from a Google search or however you would find the cover photo. And then I used masking tape, like instead of lamination, because I don't have a laminator. So I would just lay out a strip of like packing tape and put them face down, and then put another layer of packing tape on the back, and then just cut around. And so that gives it a little bit more stability without being too complicated. And then I got a pack of round magnets with adhesive off of Amazon. And so this is how I keep track of my patterns. And with it being magnetic, I can move them around. I needed an organization solution that would be easily customizable. So, you know, if I have a pattern and then it moves to a pip, which is a preparation in progress, that's from Jane and Julie over at Running with Scissors, Stitching with Jane and Julie. So from pip, it's like you have some of the aspects of the project kitted, but it's not a full kit yet. So I have that. And then on this board, I have kits, I have finishes, I have ditches. So any projects that I have ditched, I put there. And then here's my whips. And then I have a section down there that says this month. So any of my focus pieces for that month. If you have any other questions involving my boards, please ask them in the comments below. I will be happy to answer any of that for you. And I think we can jump on to the stitching. I do have a finish. I have a finish. Oh, and it is a very important one. So I'll show y'all while I talk about it. This is the Haunted Library by Lolacrow cross stitch. This project is the project that really started my obsession with this craft. I had done a couple of small kits from Walmart, like nothing too crazy. And then I saw on Etsy the first pattern for this, which was just the stairs at that point. I immediately knew that I wanted to stitch it. So it was, I think, a weekly stitch along. And it really, like, this was my first project on linen. This is 28 count vintage country mocha. Absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, my first project on linen, my first stitch along, like the first big project I ever did. So the fact that I got to finish this is just so special because this piece is just so special to me. I did all of the called for except for the white. So I think this will be a little bit easier. So for like the skeleton, the candles, his face, these skulls, all of these, and then the lightning bolts, those are all done in DMC E940. So those are the light effects, the glow in the dark. I haven't tried charging up the thread and gluing it in the dark, but I've seen some pictures in the Facebook group and it looked really good, so I knew I wanted to do that. I will say E940 is awful to work with. It is absolutely atrocious. So just, I guess, take warning in case you decide you wanted to do that. The overall effect is really cool, and I'm glad I gave it a try. Okay, I do have a couple of new starts to show y'all. You know me and my starts. We love to see it. We love to do it. So March 1st, we started hashtag Rip My Whip Sal. Me and Hannah, we started a full coverage, we'll call it a start along, definitely not a stitch along. So we really wanted to showcase the sewing shop, which is Kaylee Tent Stitch. Me and Hannah go back and forth about those patterns constantly. And, you know, we just wanted to start a new one. So we decided to do hashtag Rip My Whip Sal. And I picked Bellamy. I'll put the cover photo in here. I really went hard the first day. I think I got over 1,000 stitches on day one. I definitely slowed down after that just because I was working on other things. But currently I am, let me get my notes. I've done 5,062 stitches so far. And that's from March 1st until now. That's 3.32%. And this is what she's looking like. I think I need to turn my ring light down. Hold on. So this is what she's looking like right now. I love this project. I love it. These colors are gorgeous. And I'm doing Royal Rose per usual. It is kind of easier with this like block stitching to do Royal Rose. As you can see, I'm kind of staggering them because I want to try to avoid getting grid lines, which I haven't really had a problem with. But I don't know if it would be more noticeable with like the same color. So I'm just kind of staggering those a little bit. I have my parked threads. But yeah, I'm really loving this project. I don't have any like yearly goals for it. I'm just probably going to keep it on my little workstation and pick it up whenever I feel like it. My second start is a really special one to me. So I had a memory pop up on, I think, Snapchat. Sorry for my hair, y'all. Anyway, I had a memory pop up on Snapchat where it was me working on my first ever cross stitch piece. So I found out that March 16th is my stitchy anniversary. So that's like really cool. I didn't know the exact date because I didn't think I was going to have access to that. So when it popped up on my memories, I was freaking out. I was like, this is so cool. March 16th is my stitchy anniversary. The first project I ever started, ever worked on was in March 16th. So it just so happens that I had 1, 2, 3 stitch order come in the mail that day. And I really just thought it was fate. I was like, I need to start this. And also with this project, it was 100% inspired by Cam the Stitcher. She's doing a project with like pink on pink. Phenomenal. It is so freaking pretty. And so I copied her and I ordered the exact floss and fabric that she did. So the pattern is Wings of the Dove by Modern Folk Embroidery. I'm not doing the same pattern that Cam is doing. I just went and found a monochromatic sampler and I figured that Modern Folk Embroidery was a place to go. I've been really obsessed with stitching birds lately. Like something about it is just so pretty. And I am working on the Fruits of Plenty. So maybe that's it. I don't know. Anyway, so also before I show y'all, this is my bag of the month from Como Stitches. I'm obsessed with it. It is so pretty. And I thought what better project to put in this bag than my gorgeous pink on pink. I know y'all are dying. I'm really just keeping this suspense up, huh? So I'll show y'all the floss first. This is Dinky Dyes. And of course it's like all in a tangle. This is Dinky Dye Silk. It is so pretty. It's hot pink. And then I'll show you the tag. Well, I say I'm going to show you the tag. Let me open it. Okay. So that is the color for y'all. And then the fabric is 40 count. I don't know how she convinced me. I don't know. I mean, she didn't. She just posted it. But this is my start on that. This is 40 count Peony by Fiber on a Whim. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself on the screen. So this is my start on that. It's kind of hard to get the color on film, but like these pinks together are absolutely gorgeous. And there is slight variegation in this that I didn't notice until I started stitching, but it is beautiful. The effect is absolutely stunning, and I cannot wait to do more on this. Because as you'll know, if you're a returning viewer, like I'm a pink girly. Pink everything, all pink everything. And so this is my dream project. Just, it's beautiful. So shout out to Cam for having the artistic vision to put these Dinky Dye silks with this fabric, because it is a stunning combination. Okay, moving right along, I'm going to show y'all the whips that I've been working on since the last time we spoke. So I think it was towards the end of February, like the last week of February that I recorded last. So I do have my Whip Go updates to show y'all, and then everything that I've been working on in March. The first whip I'm going to show y'all is At the Easel, charted by Artecy. If you've been here before, you know that this is my firstborn. This is my baby angel. This is my passion project. I love it so much. And it really sparked my joy of full coverage. It's beautiful. Here's what the cover image will look like. And if I have a picture of where it was last time, I'll put that in here also while I try and move all these parked threads. She is a hot mess. Just be warned. But here it is so far. I've just been coming along here. Like I said in last episode, I tried to travel down, and we'll never do that again. I really goofed it up somewhere in there. I think I fixed it. Thank the heavens. But I do Royal Rose because it confined you to a 10 by 20 block, and that is plenty for me. I cannot move further than that or I miscount. And I don't want to get halfway through a project and realize that I miscounted 4,000 stitches ago and be in a pickle. So this keeps me in a 10 by 20, and I love it, and it makes my brain happy. I know some people like different methods. Just find one that works for you and do it, and, you know, do what makes you happy. And Royal Rose is my happy place. So anyway, this is At the Easel. I plan to finish out the Q-snap, which I might come down to this row, or honestly, maybe after I finish off this, I might just go ahead and move it down. The girl at the easel is like right over here. Like that's the start of her shoulder. So I don't want to do that first because I kind of want to save that for like close to last. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down and then this side and then finish up there. But if you subscribe to my channel, then you can see the progress and what I end up doing. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I'm a little bit over 14,000 stitches on that, which is 21.27%. My goal for March is to hit 15,000 stitches, so I have roughly 9,500 left, which I feel like I can get that done in the next week. If I can put down my pink project, we'll see. The next one I'm going to show y'all is Victorian Charm. This is a Dimensions Gold kit that I have. This is one of my Whip Go pulls for February. And so the only progress I've made on this was in February. If I have a picture of what it was like last time, I'll put it in here. I'm really going to try and get better about taking pictures in between, like before I start stitching again after a video. But seriously, I'll be sitting there and I've already put like an hour's worth of stitches. And I'm like, oh crap, I forgot to take a picture. So I'm going to try and do better. I'm not going to promise anything, but if I don't have a picture here, then maybe watch a couple videos ago. Or watch my whip parade because I haven't worked on it since then. So this got 7 days. And by the looks of it, you can't tell. This is on 18 count Aida. I've been trying to stitch in hand. But honestly, going forward, I think I'm just going to put it in a hoop or something. I really was thinking that stitching in hand would make this project go a lot quicker. Unfortunately, no. I have not enjoyed working on this so far, and I've kind of just powered through for the sake of the final product. But I'm nowhere near close to finishing it, so I need to learn to enjoy the stitches as I go. And so this is where I'm at right now. I completed some of this down here, and then I've moved up, working on that window. I figured if I got a window done, it would motivate me to keep going. So I did pick this up for 7 days at some point. I might have only thrown in 10 stitches and put it down. So we'll see how this goes. I think it's on my whip go one more time. So I think it'll get 7 more days before it's over with. I did have to completely frog like a whole section. I think like all of this and maybe all of this. And some of that, because I was off a stitch. I think I still am off a stitch, but I refuse to frog it again. So it's just going to be like, this is going to be not as charted, but we're going to fudge it, not frog it, because if I frog this thing one more time, I'm just going to give up. And I don't want to, because a pink house with cats, I love it. So stay tuned for when this gets pulled again. All right, y'all, the next whip I have to show you is Miss Solar Ellipse. This is a Nora Corbett. This is a memorial piece for my cousin who passed away in May of last year. It was on my whip go board. Well, okay, originally it wasn't, but I have ditched a couple patterns. I think it was the Halloween Town by Frosted Pumpkin and then the Christmas Town from Frosted Pumpkin. I bought those when I was like really early on stitching, and I stitched some of them, like some of the pattern, but realized that it probably just wasn't something I was interested in anymore. It's like super cute, but I just don't think that I would display that with the rest of my Christmas decorations or Halloween decorations. Like the vibe just doesn't fit. So I gave them to my sister who is recently been cross stitching. So I ditched those, and so I had to fill in my whip go board. So I decided to put this on there. Here's a picture of what it looked like last time. I feel like I got pretty good progress on this. So, this lighting is awful, y'all. I'm so sorry. So I filled in basically all of this wing. And it's just a mirror image, so I just have to come out. I do have like this top section, and then like her skin I need to do because she looks really creepy. But I didn't have that color, but I got it, so that's the work on that. I try to pick this up at least twice a month for my cousin, but that's Miss Solar Ellipse in my strawberry bag made by me. Okay, y'all, I know you're dying to see my Fruits of Plenty update, and let me tell you, I have an update. I know last time that I said I would, you know, pull her out of the Q-snap and show you the entire piece, parts 1 and 2. Unfortunately, that will not be happening today. I will put a picture here. I don't know if I got a picture of the whole thing or just part 2 that I've done, which y'all haven't seen, I don't think. But here's what happened. I finished out part 2, and I am sorely behind on part 3. So I just went ahead and was going to move my Q-snap. So anyway, I took it out of the Q-snap to move it, and I'm looking and I'm like, that does not look like there's going to be enough fabric. And so I start panic mode because I am at this point 8,000 stitches into this project and I love it and it's beautiful. And I was like, I cannot restart this because then I would have to, I'm not going to frog 8,000 stitches. That's not going to happen. I would have to go buy a new piece of fabric and I'm not restarting this thing. So I just told myself, at least stitch all the way out to the side and see what you're working with. And unfortunately, it's not a lot. So I'm not going to take it out of the Q-snap because it was the dickens trying to get it in there with the little margin that I had. And I'm not going to move it until I have to. So, here she is now. As you can see, this is the margin that I am working with. It's about 1.5 inches, maybe a little bit less. So unfortunately, that's really sad for me. This side has 3 inches. She's good. I don't know what happened with the measuring, the cutting. I have no idea what happened. But yeah, so as you can kind of peek right here, I have the second part. I brought it down and then I went ahead and filled out this part just to make sure I was going to have enough room. So we're just going to make it work and we'll see. But it's absolutely stunning. And that's why I am just going to power through it because it is so beautiful. And I just love it so much. It looks so, so good. So anyway, that's my update on Fruits of Plenty. Right now I have 8,724 stitches on it. That is 18.41%. I am supposed to have 12,000 by the end of March. Nope. I'll tell you right now, that's not going to happen. But I'm going to work on it and try and get as far as I can within the month so that I'm just like less behind next month. Even though I came into this month behind. Like we're already getting behind on this. I did put it on my WIPCO board. And so I'm hoping that that month the other goal is going to be pretty attainable. And so that way I can just plow through and get caught up on that. That would be great. So I guess that leads into plans for the remainder of March. We have about a week and a half. Yeah, well, a week and a couple days. I'm just going to stitch what I want. I plan to work on Fruits of Plenty to try and get as close to 12,000 as I can. Don't know how close I'll get, but I'm going to try. And then kind of just figure out what I want to stitch, when I want to stitch. I've been in the stitchy mood lately, and so I think that's why I've gotten so much done in the last month. February kind of killed my stitchy bug. I wasn't having a good time. I wasn't stitching on anything like super exciting. I mean, I was, but I honestly think Victorian charm kind of killed my vibe, honestly. So now that I don't have that, I feel a little bit better. And again, I think I'm just going to put that thing in a hoop next time and go to town. I'm not going to try and save time by doing the sewing method because it's just not, it's not saving time and it hurts my hands because the Ada is so stiff. So we're not going to mess with that anymore. And I'm going to make myself love that project. Anyway. So yeah, March is just going to be stitching what I want, when I want, feeling out the vibes. And then April, I'm waiting on the WIPCO pulls. I think they will come out in like 3 or 4 days. So for April, you know, same old, I'm going to get, we're going to add 4,000 more stitches to the Fruits of Plenty. So at that point, math, 16,000 is what I need to, 16,000 by the end of April. Love that. At the Easel, my monthly goal for that is 2,000 stitches. So I should hit 17 by the end of the month. And then my 2 WIPCOs, I don't know what those will be yet, but I'm hoping for a good one. March's picks were a stash start. So I chose Bellamy for my stash start, which just worked out perfectly. And then, the second one was to finish the Haunted Library. So check and check. WIPCO killed. I do have some haul for you guys. I was watching my girly Bridgen over at the Museum Stitcher. This is a while ago, but she was working on this. She's recently finished it, so pop off to you, Bridget. It is so freaking pretty. I don't normally like samplers. I'm like getting more to it, but this is just so pretty. Again, with the birds. I love the birds, the pink flower. I really think it's the bold outline of everything. Like the leaves have an outline, and like as you can tell by my arm, I love a black outline. So I picked that up. I had to order it from my Illinois because they didn't have it in store. So I just went ahead and ordered it through them. But you can find it on 123 Stitch. I did look. And then my one and only market pickup was the Birdman Cometh. I don't know if y'all seen this around, but this pattern is Wonko Bonko, and I love it. I love it so much. It's just so weird as I drop it on the floor. So we've got these like birdmen, and then we have, I don't know, pomegranate, some other birds, like a dog in a church and a pink bunny. It's all on fire. Like I don't get it, but I love it. So this is my only market pickup because it was an exclusive and I didn't want to lose the opportunity to actually get to buy it. I am looking at a couple more of them. There is a spaghetti sampler. It is so cute. It is so cute. I don't know. I think I like it because it's weird. Me and my weird stuff. So I think I'm definitely going to pick that one up at some point. There was a Liz Matthews sampler that I really liked, but it is a gigantic. I don't know if I can do it, but I don't know. My stitching girlies, I think a lot of them were talking about picking it up. So, I mean, if they do, I'll do, but if they'll do, I'll do. If they do, I will. I'm just making up my own words at this point. It is pretty late. I've had a very busy day, so I'm a little off. And then other acquisitions, I got the floss and fabric for my pink project. I got my bag of the month from Como, which is fantastic. They're great bags. Love them. But I am moving soon, so I'm trying to slow down the purchasing, speed up the packing. That's why there's like probably going to be various arrays of stuff behind me, and then some of this stuff is going to be coming down. I'm hoping it's not going to affect my recording schedule. I'm gonna try. Life in general is affecting my recording schedule, but I really need to get back on it. So yeah, just be prepared for that. The backgrounds are probably going to change. They're going to look a little bit different. But yeah, just a heads up on that. For gratitude today, I will just say that I'm grateful for opportunity. I'm grateful for my sense of hard work and dedication. Reaping the benefits of those things here soon. So I just want to give gratitude for the opportunities that I've been given and how they're just about to change my life. But I will get into that after book talk if y'all don't care about life update stuff. For book talk, I have a couple that I've read recently that I really enjoyed. The first is going to be The Dreamers. This is another book similar to How High We Go in the Dark that I read recently. That was kind of, I'm not going to say it's a pandemic epidemic because it only happened in like one town, but essentially there is this ailment that comes along and people just sleep. They just fall asleep and they don't wake up. Some of them don't survive. They just slowly sleep to death. But upon research, like their brains are more active than awake brains. So they call them the dreamers because, I mean, they're dreaming. And some people start to wake up and they've lived whole entire lifetimes in a month. Like, it was really cool. And each chapter kind of bounces around between perspectives. And so you get, you know, people in the dorm where it first started. You get a family that lives in that town, and you kind of just see how it affects the town. I did think the ending was a little bit rushed. I think I gave this 4.5 out of 5 stars, which is really good for me. I give very many 3.5 stars, but this one was really good. I listened to the audiobook, so if you have access to that, I highly recommend it. I get mine off of Libby, so that's just through my local library, so I get audiobooks and ebooks for free through the library. But I'm sure you could find it on Audible or Libro FM or any other audiobook services. The next book I read was The Personal Assistant. This was recommended to me by a subscriber, so thank you so much for the recommendations. Keep them coming. I love a good mystery, thriller, suspense, horror. I read romance, sci-fi. I read a lot of everything. I'm not terribly into fantasy, not really into like anything historical, so just a heads up on that. But yeah, if you have any recommendations, leave them below. I'll add them to my list. But anyway, The Personal Assistant is about this social media influencer. She gets drunk one night after hitting 1 million subscribers or followers, and gets really drunk, wakes up to a post that she doesn't remember posting, and it's her attacking a fellow influencer. And so the book kind of follows the consequences from there, but she has no memory of posting that, even though it's things that she's said privately, she didn't remember posting them. And so essentially it's just following her and her family going through the motions of and the repercussions of this post, and her personal assistant may or may not have something to do with it. So I will leave it at that. I did enjoy it. It was a pretty good mystery book. There were some thrilling parts, but yeah, mostly it was a mystery of like who done it, how'd they do it, you know. So I highly recommend that. I'll also listen to that on audiobook. And for the books I'm currently reading, I'm listening to The Writing Retreat, which is a new release mystery thriller about this group of women who are invited to a writing retreat put on by a very prestigious author. And it's really hard to get into, but at the last minute, our main character gets a spot, and it's really important to her because she's trying to launch her writing career and get published. And so this is a really great opportunity for her. But then she gets there and things aren't what they seem. Weird stuff starts happening. So you're kind of along the ride with her. And there's also kind of relationship drama between her and her ex-best friend, who is also at the retreat. So it's kind of like a little drama moment on top of like some scary stuff that's happening. And then I'm also in the middle of Delilah Green Doesn't Care. I am loving it. It's so cute. I do like romance every now and again, so this is kind of a good palate cleanser in between all of the scary stuff that I normally read. So I highly recommend that. Bridget talked about the second one, Ashford Parker Doesn't Fail, I think. She said it was better than the first one, so once I get past this one, I plan to read the second one. Okay, y'all, thank you so much for sticking around this long. I'm going to get into some kind of personal life stuff. If you want to stick around for that, feel free. If not, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you hopefully in 2 weeks. If not 2, then maybe 3 or 4. Like, I'll keep you on your toes. I'll keep you guessing. All right, so for what's been going on with me, I think I've mentioned in a past video that I'm moving, and so that's kind of been a hectic thing. Moving is so hard in and of itself, but now I'm allowed to say why we're moving. I've worked at a restaurant here for 8 years. It was the college job that got me through college, paid my bills, and you know, the plan was to quit once I found a full-time job. Fortunately, I did find a full-time job, and I just never left being a server. I loved where I worked. I loved the work. It was good to have a little bit of extra money, especially since I have a lot of hobbies that cost money. So I kind of just been sticking around, working weekend shifts as a server. And, you know, the owners have become like family to me, and like the whole crew is just a family. And so we had the opportunity to purchase one of the other owners' locations. So they own 3 locations in Arkansas, and we were given the opportunity to purchase one of them. And so I'm moving 3 hours away with my mom and sister to own and operate this restaurant. So I'm really excited about it. It is a lot of work, as you can imagine. The setup of it and the actual things, the logistics is what I'm trying to say. The logistics of purchasing a business, of switching over an existing business from one owner to another. It's a lot of moving parts. And, you know, like I still work 7 days a week. So I'm doing all of this on top of what I was doing before. So, you know, I've been able to stitch at night. And so my filming has kind of taken a back seat because I would rather have my little peaceful moment with my projects than try and film. I'm going to try and carve out time to do that more once we get a little bit settled. But it's just really exciting for me and my family. It's, you know, the natural progression of things. My sister has also been working at the same place for about 6 years now. She's a manager, so she has more experience with management than I do at the store. So we're just really excited. It's just out of this world that we even get to do this and that this was even an opportunity. So I'm just really grateful for everything that's led to this. And I know that, you know, the years and years that I've put in weren't for nothing. Not that they were before, but now there's like a tangible thing that has come of this. So I will be keeping my full-time job. I have gotten permission to work remotely. So I'll be 3 hours away, so I won't be able to be in the office, but they've allowed me to keep my job, which is it's such great news. I'm so excited. I love my job and I didn't want to quit, but I couldn't pass up this opportunity. So I'm glad that everything's working out the way that it's working out, and I'm just ready to be moved. Honestly, the moving is the worst part of this. Packing. I have so much stuff. Like, I have so many books. This whole room is crafting. So I'm going to have to like get real with myself and, you know, maybe let go of a few things. Probably not cross stitch. It doesn't take up that much space. So anyway, that's what's been going on with me. That's why I've been busy. Busier than usual. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. So yeah, thank you guys so much for sticking around and watching. I hope that you do something this week that makes you happy and that brings you joy. And I hope you get some good stitching done. Let me know what you're working on in the comments. I'd love to chat with you about that. And until next time, have a good one.